Welcome back to the Charlie Bernstein Show, live from the Culpeper Curl and Sports Talk 1040 studios. It is a terrific Wednesday afternoon across Tampa Bay and the rest of the free world, however you may be accessing us, whether it be Sports Talk 1040 The Team or SportsTalkFlorida.com, where we live stream every single day of the week. We certainly thank you for doing so. And of course, talking lots of football today on a football Wednesday, on a Super Bowl Wednesday. And of course, it was a media day yesterday, but before then, Baltimore Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco made a little bit of news. Here's what Joe Flacco had to say.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I guess I shouldn't say that. I think it's stupid.
Of course, Joe Flacco is talking about the idea of an outdoor Super Bowl, which will take place next year at MetLife Stadium, out in the Meadowlands. That Joe Flacco thought that it was retarded. It was, and then corrected himself with just stupid. So I don't know which worse, the saying it or the correction. Number one, I don't have a problem with saying anybody using the word retarded in their normal vernacular. I think we're all above it. We don't need to be PC police. But for this segment, I thought to myself, what's more retarded than an outdoor Super Bowl? And the first thing that came to mind was Randy Moss's comments from yesterday. Here's what Randy Moss had to say about where he stands in history.
I don't really think to be the greatest receiver ever. I think now that I'm older, I do think I'm the greatest receiver to ever do it. I don't think numbers stand because there's, you talk about this and this. I think that this year has been a down year for me statistically. The year before I retired was a down year, and then in Oakland was a down year. So I don't really live on numbers. I really live on impact and what you're able to do out on that field. So I really do think that I'm the greatest receiver to ever play this game.
Don't numbers kind of reflect impact, at least on big plays and such? Randy Moss, first of all, I love to hear him talk. I think he should do voiceover for children's cartoons once his playing days are done. However, the idea that you are better than Jerry Rice at catching footballs, maybe better today because Jerry Rice retired, a few years back. It's just stupid. It's just retarded. That is more retarded than an outdoor Super Bowl, and I think Joe Flacco would certainly agree. Next idea we have that's more retarded than an outdoor Super Bowl. The New York Yankees wanting to void Alex Rodriguez's contract. Now, the steroid story came out yesterday. Alex Rodriguez may be linked. And, A-Rod said in the past, he did them from 2001 to, 2002 and 2003 and such, conveniently before he got to New York, because he never touched a steroid up there. Wouldn't even know where to get them. But, this report has it out that maybe A-Rod was sampling the juice back in 2009 when he came back from a hip injury very, very quickly and helped the Yankees to win a World Series, the only World Series he's won. And, of course, that was one of the only times in his career where he actually hit in the postseason, hit in the clutch. A-Rod performing like the anti-A-Rod, actually hitting in the clutch. But the New York Yankees, to think that they could void his contract because of a report in the Miami New Times is ridiculous. I think you're grasping at straws. It's not a bad idea to want to do this, but to think you can do this, and some people have suggested maybe the Yankees helped accelerate this report, it's just stupid. It's just retarded. Now, our next story, one of my favorite, more retarded ideas than an outdoor Super Bowl, the Baltimore Ravens and how they're treating their cheerleaders. The Baltimore Ravens have decided to leave one of their cheerleaders off the roster for this Super Bowl. She did not make the trip, despite being completely healthy, with the team for 5 years. This 23-year-old lady has been with the team since she was 18 on the dance squad. There's some pictures of her, attractive young gal. And they're leaving her off the squad because she's retiring at the end of the year. And she claims that they benched her for a game before because, wait for this, guys, you're going to love it. She gained 2 pounds. She gained 2 pounds. Now, can you imagine if we could bench our significant others, spouses or otherwise, because they might gain a few pounds? What if what if it was, that particular, time of the month, 3 months or year, and she might have been bloated? And that's entirely possible, right? But, the Ravens leaving her home it's kind of a low-class move, and I think that is a more retarded idea than an outdoor Super Bowl. And I think Joe Flacco would agree. Maybe Joe Flacco had a hand in this. I don't know. It's the Ravens. Our next idea that we think is more retarded than the outdoor Super Bowl: having an invisible girlfriend. Some might say having a non-invisible girlfriend is a pretty retarded idea too. I'm not one of the people that buy into that. But having an invisible one, I just don't get it. And of course, we're talking about Notre Dame linebacker Manti Te'o.
Myself to died on September 12th. Now I get a phone call on December 6th saying that she's alive, and then I'm going to be put on national TV 2 days later, and they ask me about the same question. What would you do? Anybody put yourself in my situation?
Putting myself in your situation, I wouldn't have an invisible girlfriend. Wouldn't claim to be in love with a woman I've never met. That's me putting myself in your situation, Manti Te'o. I think that is kind of stupid, kind of retarded, Manti Te'o. And, accentuating the story and accentuating the lie into the Heisman ceremonies and beyond, that's a more retarded idea than an outdoor Super Bowl. I think we could all agree upon that. Next one: basketball on a ship. Now, I don't care if it's a cruise ship. I don't know if it's the Carnival or Royal Caribbean or Costa Cruise Lines. And I apologize to those mighty cruise lines I've left out. But even if it's the U.S. Navy coastline, cruise line, it just doesn't make sense. Of course, they tried to play some college basketball on a ship this year early in the season. And you guys aren't going to believe this: the court got wet. It sounds crazy. Something that's submerged in water would actually have the court wet. There would be condensation. And they couldn't finish any of the games at San Diego and Jacksonville. I believe there's one in Virginia and Arlington they played. But they couldn't get any of that done. Basketball on a ship, I think maybe a good idea in theory from a distance. I think it'd make for a good picture. Or maybe layup line on a ship or a photo op on a ship. But an actual basketball game that counts on a ship, kind of a stupid idea. I think Joe Flacco would certainly agree. Another idea, more retarded, more stupid than an outdoor Super Bowl: Hulk Hogan tweeting pictures of his daughter's legs. Of course, the Hulk Hogan theme music coming in. We all love Hulk Hogan. How can you not? He has the skin pigment of a hot dog, the fine hair of an Asian man. However, when you tweet pictures of your daughter's legs, that's just creepy. I know his daughter's of age, and we all appreciate that. But as a dad, tweeting pictures of your daughter, it's creepy, it's weird, it's gross. You shouldn't do it. Ever. Ever. Some other ideas that were more retarded than an outdoor Super Bowl: vegans. I can't trust anybody that doesn't eat meat. The Pro Bowl. Guys, do we really need to continue playing this? Those are some of the other ideas that were, more retarded than an outdoor Super Bowl, according to Joe Flacco.